Yo quiero que le dé un aplauso a José Valentino.
I was invited to play in the Museum of Arts. A friend of mine invited me. His name is Pancho Rosari. It was really special because just to be invited by him is such a big honor for me, and the fact that I'm playing for my people is just really wonderful. We had a great time. Well, the concert in Museum of Arts in Puerto Rico was special. What was special about it was that it was flamenco music. So we have a guy named Pancho who plays the guitar, studied in Spain, but wants to introduce music that is not commonly, heard in this island. Puerto Rico has tapped in with the salsa and with the merengue and plena and bomba, all these rhythms. We've tapped into the African side. We are Indians and Africans and Spaniards mixed, and but the Spanish side hasn't been tapped in so much. He wanted to use me on the flute and the saxophone to help assist him in creating the kind of sound that he wanted for his flamenco music. We got to play for 400 people there, and it was just a wonderful night of music making and magic, and just to be able to see his fingers roll there, oh my gosh. And I can remember one special moment of the concert. We were battling it out, as so we call it, but he was trading and I was trading, and one moment I said the music just fit for a folk song, and I decided to do a traditional folk song in the middle of this flamenco music. And when I did that, the audience was sort of cheering because it was something that they can recognize immediately, and so that was really special, and it was just a wonderful night. The idea of going to Puerto Rico is something that, I don't know, I had so much pride and so much joy. Here's, one of the few times that I'm able to play for my own people. Just the fact that I could represent in my own island, that's something really special. Aside from the concert, to be able to teach and educate my friends who came with me, it was so fulfilling. In Puerto Rico, there's so many wonderful musicians, and if a musician asks another group or a musician if they can sit in, it's already assumed that you know how to play and you're not going to damage, the music, make it sound, bad or whatever. So my father, he asked them if I could sit in. He guaranteed them that it was going to be a night for them to remember. Sure enough, it was. It was incredible. People dancing, and the food was excellent, and I got up there, and for me I have to say, it was one of the most joyous times that I've ever had. Really more enjoyable than the concert, the museum, because the music that we were doing for the museum was music from Spain, whereas this music was the music of Puerto Rico, the countryside. Just for me to be there and to see the people's faces in amazement, I'm playing there, and the only thing I could think of is, I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for you guys. What was really cool is for Steve and for Ranky, I know they were there in the audience up close to see me play and see how is it that I could just get up there and just fit right in. I was out there in the street. I remember being out there, and I played En mi viejo San Juan, which means my old San Juan. The composer just talks about how much pride he has being Puerto Rican and to be part of that city. As I was playing, children started dancing and people started gathering. The children were dancing, and I started playing the song sort of with a rhythm. It was just precious to see, wow, how powerful music really is. We got an audience. Basically, after a long day of, dancing and eating and going to the countryside, playing with the musicians, and basically we decided to go back to the hotel that we were staying at, and we went to the beach, and what a magnificent view it was, to see the waves and the harbor and everything. People wanted to take their sandals off. Our friends wanted to take our sandals off and just walk the beach, get their feet wet, and I stayed right there in the edge, sort of like Humpty Dumpty. And I decided to take my saxophone and just play different songs that were originated in Puerto Rico. And right there in the beach view, it was just basically just like a beautiful dream that I've always wanted to do, and I was just taking it in. As we were traveling all over through Old San Juan, we came across what is very common: old people outside playing dominoes. If there's a national sport in Puerto Rico, it's not basketball, it's not baseball, not football, none of that. It's dominoes. Basically, that's how a lot of people spend their leisure time, but they take that game very seriously. This is like an art form because they know basically they have different combinations, and it's almost like ESP, It's like chess. They take it like chess, I love it. I absolutely love it. It was just great to see how serious they take it and how passionate they are.
What are we gonna see?
Right now you're gonna see a group that does traditional African drumming, and you have like the Africans singing too. They do it in groups and basically drumming like if you were in Africa, because the culture, the instruments, and some of the rituals, they kept whoever was in charge of the slaves let them keep their musical heritage, exactly. Yeah. There you go.
Okay, great.
Let's go.
All right.
See.
Very good.
An amazing thing is that you can have adults and then you have a little kid doing the same thing because they start them off young. some of my friends that came along with me are musicians. You know, we have Steve, who plays guitar and some piano, and then we have Caitlin, who plays violin, my sister who sings, Shelby, who plays bass, and Will plays guitar. They were able to see how people come together through music and the effect that it has. It was sort of like a bug that bit Steve. We went to the hotel and Steve saw a piano, started playing a song that he wrote, and all of us were just able to come and watch. You know, I took out my saxophone without him asking me. My sister just sat next to along, said, "What song is that?" And he taught the lyrics to the song. Next thing you know, we made a wonderful piece of music. Not only was I able to share it with them, but now they took that, they internalized it. They had an understanding of where, you know, what musicians do a lot of times in Puerto Rico, coming together from different backgrounds. And just, it was a beautiful night. You know, weather was gorgeous. It was in a wonderful room in the hotel, and that's it.